Hey y'all, it's your favorite duck here, Derek the Duck. And today, I just feel dirty after watching the latest episode of And Just Like That. So in lieu of watering down and hosing down the dumpster fire that is And Just Like That, I'm going to take out my stress and wash my bins today. Won't you join me? So this week's episode, episode 9, starts off with Carrie running around in some kind of Bavarian girl, St. Pauli girl outfit, as if she's ever had a beer in her life. I don't know what she thinks she's doing. The hills are not alive with the sound of anything, Carrie, so just stop. And then I have to be subjected to even more of Seema and Adam's story arc about armpits. Why is this happening? Why is this the storyline that they're supposed to be having, and why am I still seeing it? It's absolutely disgusting, and yet they think this is what we want to see. Are you kidding me? This needs to be cleansed, okay? It needs to be cleansed from my eyes with eye bleach. And then Carrie is so nasty to Aiden when he's trying to talk to Duncan, and she's, just asking about a little question about a pipe. And it's like, you always have to be walking around on eggshells when you're talking to Carrie, because any little thing nowadays is going to set her off. Did you see what she did to poor Miranda last week? I can't even talk about it. No. And then Aiden tells Duncan that having kids was the best thing he's ever done. What? Every episode we've seen, it's just shown that Aiden hates his kids. So what? How are we supposed to believe that? Unless he's being tongue-in-cheek, in which case it wasn't written well and the delivery line of that line didn't work. So I don't know if that is supposed to be tongue-in-cheek. Either way, it's ridiculous. And what is going on with Charlotte? She had about 5 seconds worth of screen time this episode. And all she does for this episode and the past ones is just fall over for no reason. These ridiculous pratfalls. Is that really what vertigo does? I've known people with vertigo and they don't just fall over every 5 minutes. No. I don't know what is going on with this. It is ridiculous. And then while she's falling over, they put this they call it plucky, whimsical music. It's like, I didn't sign up for that. Sex and the City is supposed to have jazzy, Latin-inspired music. And instead, it's this plucky music from a commercial for ulcerative colitis, moderate to severe ulcerative colitis. I did not sign up for that. And every few seconds, the dog cocks its head like it's some romantic comedy from the 90s, just judging everything that everyone says in the room. It's this is so ridiculous. I did not sign up for this. I signed up for Sex and the City, not something for Hallmark Channel.
I don't watch Lifetime television for women.
And as for Seema, okay, how did she all of a sudden get money and bought herself this huge office? Last week we saw that she had no money. She was, she got rid of her car, her Mercedes. Oh, Mercedes. And she was getting her eyelashes done in a Subway or something. And now all of a sudden she's got all this money to get this huge office. I don't know what's going on. Not only did the writers not study writing in school, but they clearly also didn't study math. And why is Carrie forcing Aiden to stop talking to Duncan? Duncan lives downstairs. They're going to see each other every day. Logistically, it's impossible to ask something like that. It just gets more and more ridiculous. But that's what Carrie does. She just expects everyone to just do everything she says and pull out all the stops, no matter how improbable it is. And I'm so over with that. I'm so over that. And why did they give so much screen time to Herbert, who's a side character of a side character, Lisa Todd, Wexley's husband? Why are they talking about him and his obsession with cheese and that he's worried that he's going to he's going to gain weight? Who cares what the comptroller of New York ate for lunch? Meanwhile, we don't even see any bit of Charlotte. Like I said, she had 5 seconds the whole episode. And Miranda is barely in there at all. but I'm supposed to care about this guy and his eating patterns? Who signed up for that? I know I didn't. I don't know what's going on with this. I think they have completely run out of storylines for poor Lisa Todd Wexley. And if you look at the very end, she's not even there sitting with the so-called new core group of people at dinner. Seema's there, Charlotte, Miranda, and Carrie, but there's no Lisa. And I'm like, what, are they going to cut her next? They are, like they cut Che and Naya. And you know what? I actually liked Naya. Why can't we get her back? I don't want to see this guy and his eating patterns. I didn't sign up for that. What's going on? I can't even at this point. I can't even. And speaking of Lisa Todd Wexley, what in the world is she carrying as her purse right now? It looks like a character from Sesame Street or something. I don't even know what I'm looking at right there. What is that thing she's carrying around with her? You know, I barely get to see Miranda. I barely get to see Charlotte. But 20 minutes of screen time is devoted to Lisa Todd Wexley's gigantic Muppet purse, you know, and I'm not completely surprised. It was kind of foreshadowing because last week she ran around Manhattan wearing an elephant around her neck. So that was foreshadowing for this week because now she's wearing Snuffleupagus on her arm. Why is this happening to me? Oh, and then we see Seema, and she goes to this really fancy restaurant, but apparently this restaurant is so fancy, yet it only has one teeny tiny little ladies' restroom in the whole place. And it's so ridiculous. And also, the whole time she's fidgeting around in her purse, she has to say everything out loud. She goes, oh, I wonder where is my deodorant? I wonder where this is. Did these writers never learn about show, don't tell? Why is the writing so bad that Seema has to self-narrate the whole time and say what she's saying out loud? I wonder where my deodorant is. Let me pull this out. You know, it shouldn't be so bad that the characters have to self-narrate and tell us what they're doing. But that's what we're left with right now. I don't even know. And then the next day, Carrie and Aiden have yet another fight. And this time, they try to recreate the whole, no, I'm going for a walk scene that was so iconic back in season 4 of Sex and the City. And it's like, this time, it's just not funny, but, I mean, is anything funny in the show anymore? No. It's just all ridiculous. And it's driven me to day drinking. But what are you gonna do? But yeah, most of what we're seeing right now is Carrie just being miserable. You know, the days of Carrie being funny are long gone. Now she's mostly just miserable. She's running around town dressed like she's in a potato sack race or something like that, and just making everyone around her miserable as well. I don't know why people are still, you know, putting up with her. I think it's her money. I'm not really sure. It's just, it's too much at this point. And then Carrie and Aiden have yet a third fight. And this time she just gets up in the middle of the lunch and she doesn't even drink her iced tea, okay? What is with these people being so freaking wasteful, okay? Iced tea is expensive in New York. And then Herbert just throws out all the cheese he can see. Cheese is expensive too. And then Seema has this meeting and she just gets up and doesn't even finish her sushi. It is so ridiculous. And then we've got Miranda and she throws an expensive bottle of gin down the garbage chute because she's afraid of it. And Patti LuPone throws all of Anthony's risotto on the floor. I mean, but the worst of all is that Aiden leaves this pack of extremely expensive top sirloin steak on the counter overnight. No one thinks, oh, maybe we should put that in the fridge or something like that. These people are so wasteful. No wonder poor Charlotte keeps falling down every few minutes. It's not that she has a vertigo, she has low blood sugar. These people haven't eaten anything since season 1. It is so ridiculous. You know, what is going on with these wasteful people? I can't even handle it anymore. And then, after that third fight, what does Aiden have to say about it all? He says, and I quote, "I'm sad." Who is writing this script? Honestly, I think it's just ChatGPT at this point. They're just typing it in. Aiden is sad right now, and Carrie is too. So how should she respond? And Carrie's response is, Yeah, I'm sad too. Honestly, at this point, it's completely AI written. I am almost 100% positive of it. It is just getting too ridiculous. And why is this episode only 28 minutes long? The last one was short too. You know, I did not pay all this money for HBO. Well, technically, okay, I am using my mom's password, so I'm not paying for it at all. But that's neither here nor there. But it's the principle of the matter, and I still didn't pay for these teeny tiny episodes when I wait all week long to see this show. It's not even a standard comedy, really. It's a dramedy, so they can do a full hour. They just, Chat GPT gives them what they give them, apparently, and I don't even know what's going on. The whole thing ends, and then they put on a Taylor Swift song at the end to just, that song goes on for like about 8.5 minutes, I think. And it's just to fill time because honestly, they were done with the episode after the Snuffleupagus, somewhere within 8 minutes of the whole show from when it started. And they just kept playing Taylor Swift's song, to fill in the time so that they could say it, so that they could round up to a half hour. Honestly, I think that's what they did. It's so ridiculous. Oh, and thanks a lot for supporting new up and coming singers and stuff like that. Hey, let's, rather than, give all the song credits to someone who has $1 billion and pollutes the earth by flying around on her 12 different private jets. Thanks a lot for doing that and giving us some new voices. Oh, here's an idea. Let's put Taylor Swift. Why? Why are you doing that? You're not gonna, resonate with younger crowds or anything like that. I don't know what you think you're doing. There are fans right now who want to see the show like Sex and the City, and put on some nice Sade or something. Put on something cool. Why am I watching this? And so at the very end, what do we see? We see the same thing we already knew. Carrie has broken up with Aiden yet again. A lot of the fans are really excited about that, me included, because, Aiden was wrong for Carrie and Carrie was wrong for Aiden. But you know what? I'm still a little upset because we already knew this. So the last 8 episodes, was just for nothing, to show us something that we already knew. Why do they keep doing that with this show? Why do they keep bringing people back from the dead, like Lisa Todd Wexley's poor father, and then killing him off again? They're doing the same thing with Aiden again. Who knows what's going to happen next week? Big's going to come back from the dead, and then he's going to just die again, because that's what they just keep doing. They keep showing us the same thing over and over and over again because they've completely run out of what to do. And Chat GPT is apparently, this is all they're telling them to do, and they just do it. That's what I'm assuming at this point. And, why am I supposed to be so excited about this? It's like if Carrie cut off her leg, and then one day she glues a new one on and starts walking again. Am I supposed to be excited for her? She should have known better than to not cut off her own leg over and over again. The show is ridiculous. I'm completely just tired of it, and it's just so bad. It's just so bad. Next week, I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I don't know why I keep watching it. Next week, I'm just gonna, instead of cleaning a car or cutting trees down, I'm probably just gonna dig a hole so that one of you can just throw me into it, because I just can't anymore. I just can't. I can't do it anymore. But all this pain and suffering, at least I can meditate by washing the car and just, if I can't cleanse this show, I can at least cleanse my driveway and have a beautiful car. There. At least something's right with the world. Thank you so much for joining me this time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you next weekend while we talk about this completely deranged show that I will continue to hate watch along with the rest of you. And so we will see you then.